on SCSU Local, we find out where the tastiest meat in town comes from.
And be sure to stick with us because SCSU Local went behind the scenes of one of UTVS's premier shows.
Stay tuned, SCSU Local starts right now.
Show that is Central Minnesota. I'm Josh Ackerman.
And I'm Danielle Latour. Thanks for tuning in today. We are going to start off today with a small town meat factory in Clear Lake, Minnesota called McDonald's Meats.
McDonald's Meats has been serving locals for 97 years now, and they don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
My name is Bill Speak. I'm just a worker. A typical day at McDonald's Meats is just cut meat. Usually do, I don't know, 3 to 4 beef a day. I do mostly custom orders. People bring in their animals and have them slaughtered here, and we do all that in the back and then bring them out, and we do all custom orders, cut it any way they want it done, cut it, package it, and send it out. We can get New York strips, rib eyes, bone-in ribs, chucks, whatever, anything they want off of a beef that you don't generally get into a grocery store. Also, we do with the custom orders, like beef briskets, soup bones, flank steaks, skirt steaks, things in that nature that you don't generally find in a grocery store that you can get it from a custom shop.
McDonald's Meats was started in 1914 by John Leo McDonald. He then sold it to his son Richard McDonald in the 50s. In the 80s, the business transferred over to Dave McDonald, and we're on our 4th generation now with Travis, who's my partner, owning it, just getting part of the ownership a few years ago. 4 generations, same family, same location.
I thrive on making my customers happy. It just makes me feel, you know, like I'm doing my job better, and that I just, I don't know, I'm kind of a nut about that.
McDonald's Meats currently employs 28 people, if you can believe it. We have our whole retail, we have our production area, and then we do slaughter by appointment under USDA, so we have quite a few different things we do here. There's competitions at the state level for different processors. We bring in our products and we all compete against each other, and as you can see, we got a lot of awards. I mean, there's 26 different product categories, from hams, bacons, snack sticks, summer sausage, jerky. And then there's one big award they give out every year called the Best of Show. And we've actually won that 4 times for best product in the whole state. Last year we won on apple cinnamon bacon. Years ago we started with this little idea of beef jerky. We had this little camp stove and we just started making a few little pieces here and there, and it sold out again and again and again. And then we added another flavor and another flavor. So our most popular product right now is our jerkies that we make. We have 23 different flavors right now of jerky. Another really popular product we have is our wild rice sausage. I actually ship it all over the country. People request it from all over. I sell it to a number of restaurants, but yeah, that's a pretty popular one. Hundreds of pounds a week we sell of that sausage.
Be the 97th anniversary this year, which would be in March or April. We're celebrating it.
We're trying to make a plan for what we're going to do for the 100-year celebration. It'll be big though. Whatever I do, it'll be something big. Every year we do have an anniversary in April. We have a big sale and we give away some prizes and give out some free stuff. So that happens every year in April. Who knows what the next generation will bring, but there's a number of little McDonald's that are already out there that when they're old enough, we'll put them to work here.
After watching that story, I could really go for one of their famous wild rice brats.
Well, maybe you can run down there during our next story.
I don't think I'm going to have enough time for that. But moving on, let's head over to the music scene and check in with a band called The Heavy.
The Heavy just finished performing at the Fine Line Cafe, and that's where we caught up with lead singer of The Heavy. His name is Shabby.
I find it really, really difficult to describe our sound because it's forever changing as much as it still has the kind of same formula. I think the best quote I've ever heard for our sound, though, so it was from the BBC, and the BBC said, "Imagine if you could be in all of your favourite bands at once. Well, The Heavy already are, you know, and that's how I would describe it. It's perfect." I think it was just fate, I think. You know, myself and Daniel met, we were into the same things. We kind of taught each other about a few things that each other didn't kind of know about. And before we knew it, we were kind of sampling like Bo Diddley beats and stuff, and Dan would be playing along with an acoustic guitar. And next thing you know, we're creating songs, and you know, but we always knew that we wanted to do something a little different. We've been in bands before, but it was always a band that was kind of following like a trend or trying to do something like that. And we kind of knew that we didn't want to do that, so that's how it kind of started. I live in Barcelona, so you know I've moved there. But I'll be back in England as soon as we start working on the next record, which is going to be like mid-December. Like a tape in a cassette. I don't really kind of get involved in the music scene there. You kind of hear about bands that are kind of coming up, and it seems to be a real kind of like indie rock kind of thing kind of around where we are. And closer to us in Bristol, it's real kind of dubstep and drum and bass, and you know, it's nice to kind of be aware of all of this music, but I think as a musician and with what we do, like I said, to be aware but not to kind of be affected by it, you know, so we just continue doing what we do. You can expect a lot of sweat, a lot of bass, I think a lot of happiness. And you know, I don't know, just like there's going to be so much dirt, it's just going to be ridiculous. I think on my Facebook status today I said, you know, it's going to be so far off the chain, it's still in the jewelers. So yeah, it's going to be like that. We need to stop touring for at least 6 months. You know, this year and last year, it's been really, really hard, and it's not difficult, but just like hard, you know, hard touring where you don't kind of get to go home and just relax for a few weeks. So it's going to be nice to kind of just kick back for a little bit and then carry on and make this next record. And the next record sound is so cool, I can't wait to get started, to be quite honest.
The Heavy are currently on tour and are starting to work on their next album, which is scheduled to come out in early summer.
You can check out their music right now at www.myspace.com/theheavy73.
Go ahead and check that out right now, but stay tuned because when we get back, we'll be heading out to the trail with Man's Best Friend.